back, everyone, to another episode of the Endless Growth Podcast.
Yeah, welcome back. Episode 161 today.
Yeah, brother. Today we got you guys I don't know, I feel like
Tell
I've
us.
been really wanting somebody in this kind of industry on the podcast for a long time. And I even talked to this person we have on today
Okay.
about somebody else that I know in the industry that I want to bring on, but I just never really got around to it. But yeah, we'd like to introduce Lance.
Welcome, Lance.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of
Yeah.
course.
So Lance is a now retired officer, right?
24 years.
24 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
thank you for your service.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Well, I want to start this.
Yeah.
I don't know Lance, but you guys obviously seems like you have a relationship. How did you guys get acquainted?
Yeah, Lance just happened to stop by one day in his patrol truck,
Oh,
and I was
okay.
like, "Oh crap, they got me!" And was that right?
It was like 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
late.
It was late. He was working late. And I thought, okay, that's strange for that area. So I pulled up and just to check it out. And
Yeah.
I met him and asked what he did. And
Mhm.
he said he did tinting and wrapping of vehicles. And my truck is now fully tinted.
Ah, okay. Became
Yeah.
a client. Okay.
Yeah, so it's always been nice knowing that Lance would every once in a while just stop by and just be parked out there. I'm like, I already got someone patrolling this area. So
Okay, Lance.
and yeah, I did tell Lance about my little incident that I had like a couple months ago.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he said that was a first for him, right? Hearing that.
First time I've ever heard somebody getting locked in a truck instead of trying to break in a truck.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, man. So yeah, that's kind of just how me and Lance,
Yeah, I got acquainted. Okay.
acquainted. Yeah. So
Okay.
Yep, just on patrol.
Oh, wow, so okay. And so you're retired now. So this had to been like what, 3-4 years ago? I'm assuming.
probably 3 years ago.
3
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you recently retired, Lance. It sounds like.
I'm retired a little over a year.
Okay,
So-
how's that been?
I love it.
Oh, so good.
I love retirement. I miss the people.
Yeah,
I miss, the friends I made, but
Mhm.
I don't miss the work.
yeah.
No, I don't miss dealing with the everyday bull crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that everybody got to deal with.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. It's just at the end of the day, it's just like another job, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Of course, you guys are putting a lot more on the line than
Yep.
your average person, but to you guys, you guys get used to it. It's just another job, another day.
Yep. But retirement, I love retirement. I didn't know there was such things as movies and TV shows in the evening because I was always in bed by 7 o'clock if I worked the day shift. So I went to bed early.
7 p.m.
We did 12-hour shifts.
Oh, okay.
So shift would start 6 in the morning, end at 6 at night. I was beat by the time I was
I bet.
done 12 hours. So I went to bed early to get up at 6. So I really didn't know there was any shows on it at night or movies. And
There's life still after
Yeah.
work.
so
Yeah.
I've enjoyed being able to watch some movies late at night.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
Good for you, man. Yeah, that's awesome. You're enjoying it too, because I think I had this conversation with you when you came in here a few days ago. That I feel like there's a lot of people that just wait too long before
Yeah.
they retire, and then they can't do nothing, or they retire too soon, and they don't have enough money. They feel like, or they just are bored out of their mind. So
I've got a very good friend. He is now 73 years old,
Mhm.
and he still can't give it up.
Wow.
He's working for the IRS building for security for him, but he still can't give up not putting a uniform on. I think that's what his life is.
Got you. Okay.
No, I didn't want my life to be a uniform for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you were an officer for 24 years. So it sounded like you were bouncing around even before the podcast. You were looks like in Alaska for a little bit, Los Angeles, Atlanta. So what sort of made you land on, just being a police officer?
Truthfully and honestly. So this is the same thing I told when I went through the academy in 2001.
Okay.
The academy was right before the Olympics. So they had a big hiring push for the Olympics. And I think there were 25 cadets in our academy, which was a big academy. And they did this big round circle. Everybody got in a circle who they were and why they wanted to get in law enforcement. And everybody's answers were basically the same. My dad was a cop. My dad's dad was a cop. My brother's a cop. All my this is all I've ever wanted, was to be in law enforcement. It got to me, and I told them who I was, and I says, honestly, I never thought I'd ever be a cop. I got into it because I need the retirement. So I got in it for the retirement plan, but I loved it.
Yeah.
Once I got into it, I loved it.
Okay. When you are you more of like an introverted, like shy sort of guy, or are you more extroverted, outgoing sort of person?
I think I'm outgoing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like for you, giving people tickets and stopping them, was that like hard for you at first, or this is something, maybe a learning curve?
It was a learning curve because I wasn't used to giving people bad results or bad things. You know, I can talk to anybody and everybody, but I just had a hard time saying, sorry, but I'm giving you a ticket.
Yeah, you screwed up.
You screwed up. But I didn't have a problem doing it. I just, I had to get used to that.
Yeah. That's true.
On that end of it.
Wow. How did the whole, I mean, I guess going back, when you became an officer, obviously there's probably like some schooling that goes into it, or training. Like how long was that? Like,
so the original academy was 2 months.
2 months.
So it was 2 months every day, 10 hours a day. We would go through the academy. It's an academy put on by Post in Utah. Once we graduated, then it was about a 6-month FTO, field training program, where you'd be with somebody all the time and you'd just start learning, the daily stuff of it.
So you got to see, I was going to say, that was my question, I guess, was did they ever prepare you enough, I guess, to what you were going to deal with day to day, or when you get those like really crazy calls? Or
You can never prepare for what happens in law enforcement.
Oh, I bet.
They can tell you, but you're never prepared until every day was different.
Wow.
Every day was different. So
I guess it made your job interesting, right? Where you just never felt like you got tired of it, because it truly was different every single day.
Talking about that, friends would say, I am so bored with my job. It's, they were in the production industry.
Yeah.
And they say it's the same thing every day. No change. I said, I wish that I could say that, because when I put my uniform and gun belt on in the morning, I'm just going, what is going to happen today?
Wow.
Because you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of cards are we going to pull today? Yeah. That's insane. Yeah. As far as, so you told me a little bit off pod that you were also working for the county, right?
I started with the county full time.
Okay.
So I was a sheriff deputy for 20 years with them. And then the last 4 years, I switched because I've been working part time for Pleasant View for 14 years.
Wow.
As well as full time sheriff deputy.
Wow.
So I was working 2 jobs. There at the end, I switched. I went part time with the county and full time with the city.
Yeah,
There.
that's insane.
So yeah,
Did you just feel like the county wasn't enough, or you just wanted to keep yourself more busy, or?
No, I wanted to kind of calm down a bit, because the city was not near like what the county is. The county is, you get everything,
Because it's a bigger range, right, of Weber County that you're doing, so.
Yeah, bars and all of that, where the city, we don't have any bars.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was a little more relaxed, more calm, and I was close to home. I could stop in, have lunch, have dinner,
That's true.
use my own bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
When you're in the county, you didn't have that luxury,
Yeah.
so it was just
Gas stations. And,
wherever you could find
interesting.
on it.
Something I've always actually wondered now that I'm here is, being a police officer, I'm thinking in my head is like, oh, I've seen police officers be at the school, and they're sort of I guess you could say the police resource officer for the school. We have police officers that might be like at the theater. So I'm just kind of wondering, how do you sort of, or maybe it's not even you, it's maybe whoever's above you. Like, do you choose what sort of place you go to, or how does that all work?
A lot of times they'll post if they've got an opening, like school resource officers.
Okay.
They'll post that they've got an opening, and then they'll interview you and just go over, make sure, especially for the schools, they don't want somebody who's had issues going into schools. So, and then you get assigned that. Normally, they rotate you out every 3 to 4 years.
Okay.
They don't like to keep you in there for any long length of time, so they'll rotate out.
Okay, because you let me know you used to work at like 12 hours. So I'm just sort of trying to break down the day because I have no clue. In those 12 hours, is it like, hey, Lance, we want you to be covering Washington, and that's your spot? Or is it, oh, we've seen an increase of people speeding in this area, so we want you to check that out? Or like, how does that whole work?
The county was, going back, I started in the jail.
Oh, in the jail. So that's okay.
I started as a deputy in the jail. So I worked inside the jail for quite a few years before I went on patrol.
Got you.
On there. On patrol, they have areas, the county broken up in areas, and you're assigned that area. So you could go and you just patrol that area, handle all the calls in that area.
Okay.
And then they'd rotate, just so you wouldn't get stagnant in that area, and a few more years you'd get another area.
Okay.
To patrol.
Got you.
Yeah.
So it's almost impossible or unheard of a police officer being at a certain area for their whole career. Basically, they're switching them out. They're probably training them to do this, and this. And now that I mention it, if you're a police officer, is there sort of like something that, let's say you're an ambitious police officer, is there sort of like a goal? Is it to become the chief? Is it to go into SWAT? Is it like, is there like what sort of, what kind of how do you call it? Yeah, maybe hierarchy. What's the ladder looking like?
So, I probably would have been more ambitious with the county, but when I started, I was the oldest cadet. I was 48 when I went through the academy.
Wow.
So I was old. If I'd have been in my 20s, I would have tried to get into SWAT, and got on the SWAT team. I would have tried for detective, anything like that. But where I was my body just didn't want me to do those things.
Yeah. I guess, it kind of goes with age, right? What you can do.
Yeah. I just wasn't physically able to do what the SWAT guys did.
Yeah, they're probably doing some crazy stuff, actually.
Well, their whole process to become SWAT, the dropout rate is incredible.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
To get on to SWAT.
Wow.
Yes, I didn't even know this.
So you could put in 4 different aspects of the job. There are some people that just stay patrolmen.
Yeah.
But
okay, no, that makes sense. Yeah, I always wondered that because, even like you're, let's say, a corporate job, like you obviously have like a ladder too. You start as an employee, a manager, and then maybe like a lead, and then that goes all the way at the top. So
they had basically
Same.
you regular deputy, then you could promote to corporal, and then you could go from corporal to a sergeant to a lieutenant, and then they had a couple of captains. Then there was a chief, and then you have the sheriff, who's over all of it.
Oh wow, okay.
So he's the head guy in the sheriff's department, and it's basically the same thing with the city.
There's always the sheriff.
There's always there's patrolmen, sergeants, lieutenants, and then you've got your chief of police.
Okay. Awesome, Lance.
So when you started off, you started in the county jail. Like, what was just kind of patrolling in there, booking people in? Like, what was the?
So when I finished my training, I got assigned. There were classification ranks of inmates when they came in based on their crime, what they did, and I was called the Level 1 housing unit,
Okay.
which is the worst of the worst. That's where we had all of the murderers, the rapists,
Jeez.
and I spent 4 years in Level 1 housing
Whoa.
dealing with. So I saw more bad people than patrolmen did because I dealt with I don't know how many murderers.
Wow. And did you pick that spot, or is that something like because you're new, they put you through
They kind
the
of
worst just to see if you can get through it?
they kind of put you there first, and they found out, hey, this didn't bother you that bad,
Okay.
and the other deputies liked working with you. We're going to leave you there. And so I was left there for about 4 years,
Oh, wow. Okay.
and then I went into booking,
Yeah.
and then worked in the booking area.
Yeah. I bet you really got to like see and understand like how those people like their brains work in a way. Because I mean, to us, we might just see them in the street and they seem like normal people, but I feel like you can almost tell them apart now. Because
Oh yeah.
yeah.
In fact, there at the end of my career, my mother and father are still alive, and she one day pulled me aside and she said, "Lance, you have gotten so cynical." I says, "Why?" She says, "You are so cynical. You doubt everybody." I says, I have to.
It's my job.
Yeah.
It's my job.
Yeah.
I've had 20 years of doubting everybody.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Wow. And then from there, so how many years were you again, sorry, like in the county jail before you?
So I was in the county jail for, I want to say 17 years.
Oh, wow. 17 years.
And then I went on the patrol side.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How different is that? Completely, huh?
Completely two different animals.
Wow.
Inmates, and not to classify, but they speak their own language. They don't understand please. They don't understand thank you. It's you fucking do what I want you to do, or this is what's going to happen.
Whoa.
On patrol, it's you're dealing with the people, the public,
Yeah.
and you have to say, please, can I help you? You know, yeah.
I wonder if that's where we get those bad cops from, right? That people say, because they're just still used to talking to like they would talk to inmates. To
The inmates only know one language,
yeah,
really. And if you don't talk that language, they think that they pretty well own you. So you have to
yeah,
be one step above them.
yeah. You got to imagine in a place like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I imagine in my head, I always imagine like jail as like in like Alcatraz, like when we see like these like documentaries of like jail, and it's just like, you know, just like a cage basically, you know, just metal bars, and it's probably not like that anymore. It's just kind of doors and
exactly like that.
all automated. Is it?
It's automated. The
Oh,
doors
okay,
are
okay.
automated,
Okay.
but it's probably a 5-foot cement cell by maybe 10 foot with a metal bed attached to the wall and a metal toilet and a metal sink, and that's it.
Okay. So you used to work in the jail, though. So you would like arrest these people. They would have charges. Then they would get prosecuted. Once they get prosecuted, go to court, or whatever. Then if they get charged, then that's when they go to prison. Is that how it works?
It would depend. So the jails could only legally, after their sentence, hold them for 364 days.
Okay.
365 days they had to go to prison.
Oh.
So if they were sentenced by the judge to spend 2 years, it was in prison, not jail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they couldn't keep them any longer than a 1 year sentence in the jail.
Okay. That's okay. That makes sense. So when you were dealing with like you mentioned like murderers and stuff like that, why were they only there for like 1 year opposed to?
Now that's different.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So as long as they're going through court and their trial process,
Yeah.
they had to stay in the county jail.
Oh, okay. Well, that gets figured out.
Yeah, so we had one inmate who had killed a mother and her daughter, and they were going for the death penalty
Okay.
on him, so he was fighting the death penalty. He was our longest inmate. He was there 6 years
Ooh.
Oh wow.
in the same cell,
Dang.
6 years,
That's crazy.
till he got sentenced. Then he got sentenced for life instead of death penalty. So they can stay there forever as long as they're not sentenced.
Got you. That makes sense. The sentencing is the key right there.
Wow.
But it's a different animal out on patrol, because then you deal with mom and dad, you deal with the public, and you have to kind of you be nice to them, and sometimes they're nice to you. And
Okay. Yeah.
in the jail, everybody hates you.
Yeah.
You get the odd ones that actually do are nice to you.
There's some that if you treat them good, they treat you real good back. But those are the few. But
Yeah.
The
Either
rare
way,
ones.
you probably don't approach them that way though. 'Cause
no,
you just can't trust them. Wow. So when you became a patrolman, I guess when you were out on patrol, what was like your first call, or what was like? Were you just mostly giving tickets, or how's that go? Is it just kind of how depends how the day goes? Like could
It
be
just-
calls or
just depends. So you'd sign on with dispatch, and really dispatch is the one who tells you what you're doing.
Okay.
So if they don't have anything on the board that needs to be addressed, then you're either patrolling traffic, tickets. When something comes up, that stuff's put to the side, and then they dispatch you to a call. And my very first call was it was in the winter. It was a motorhome that was coming down off of Powder Mountain, lost its brakes in the snow, icy road,
oh wow.
went off the road and killed the father and son.
Oh my goodness.
Threw them out through the front of the motorhome. They weren't wearing seat belts.
Yeah.
Completely, that motorhome had no walls to it.
Whoa.
Completely took the walls off of it
Jeez.
when there.
No brakes. That's
And-
insane.
And my trainer, he says, "This is yours.
Wow.
Handle it."
Yeah, what do you even do? Like, yeah, that's crazy. That's wild. Yo.
I mean, they were there, they helped, but
Yeah.
you were the responsible officer or deputy for it
Wow.
Wow.
on it.
For a first call, that seems kind of a little too much for the first one. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And that was an eye opener.
yeah, you were like, whoa,
'Cause
okay.
Didn't have this in the jail.
Yeah, I was about to say that you truly don't prepare you for what you're going to be out.
No.
I imagine if you've been on a few, ride-alongs, you probably like seen like some domestic violence or stuff like that. But approaching an RV that just couldn't stop, and
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah, I bet you've heard about all this crazy stuff that not even the news and people get to hear. So you almost see like the unfiltered version of what's going on around here, huh?
I've had some calls. I've had some calls that will never leave my mind. They'll always be embedded in my mind.
oh man, yeah,
That
My
are
goodness.
just crazy.
yeah.
There, I don't know if you want to hear the story, but
Let's do
Yeah.
it. Let's get it.
Tell us what you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
We're good with whatever.
it was here in the city. It
Okay.
was when I was working in the city, and I was part-time that night. I'll never forget it. It was a Sunday night. I was off duty at 10 o'clock. I got a dispatch call to call a 17-year-old that had his nephews with him. And he called, and dispatch says he has some questions. He lives in Ogden, but they live in your city. Will you call him? So I called him. I said, yeah, what's going on? He says, my nephews don't want to go home. He says, do I have to make them go home? I says, well, how old are they? 13 and 11. I says, no, you have to take them home to their parents. You can't keep them. They're minors. And I says, well, why don't they want to go home? And he says, well, they haven't had any running water for over 2 months, no electricity for 3 months. And they're tired of going to school smelling and stinking and looking the way they do, and they just don't want to go home anymore. I said, okay, different story. Tell you what, you keep them. I'm going to go over and talk to Mom and Dad. And it was over at the trailer park. So I go at the door. I'm pounding on the door, and no one's come to the door, pounding. All of a sudden, I hear through the other side of the wall a male voice, and he says, our front door doesn't work. Go around to the side. So I said, okay. So I walked around to the side. Well, there was no side porch. There was a crate, and it was just solid wall. I thought, okay. And then all of a sudden, the side of the wall pushed out. He said, this is how we have to get in the house.
Whoa.
So he pushed the side of the wall out. I crawled out and went in. And the smell in that house,
Oh, man.
I almost lost it. I very seldom, I don't have a weak stomach. I get in there, and there is so much filth that my head is only about a foot away from the ceiling.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
walking on trash through the whole thing. And I mean, it is filthy. It is just disgusting.
Yeah.
And I asked the guy, and I said, and his wife comes out of the bathroom or bedroom, and I said, do you guys live like this? And he says, well, excuse the mess. I said, this is more than fucking mess.
Yeah.
And he says, well, we're in the middle of moving. I said, this is not moving. So I walked through there. There was filth. There was maggots crawling out of the fridge.
Oh my gosh.
And he says, well, we haven't had, our water was shut off. I says, I understand that. And I said, so what do you guys do? And I walked through the house, and it was one of those where the 2 bathrooms. And in the bathtub was 5-gallon buckets.
Oh, shit.
And they'd been going to the bathroom in there, but not emptying them. And they were just full.
That is insane.
Their bedroom was nothing but 7-Eleven soda cups, just stacked
double
everywhere.
Oh, my.
Everywhere.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
it was bad.
What do you even do in that scenario? Do you call CPS? Do you try to help them out? Like,
I called DP.
CPS.
Child service-
You have
services.
to. Like, that's insane.
And very rarely do they ever come out.
Oh,
But-
so it's okay.
I called them, the on-call, it was a Sunday night, and the on-call says, let me get a hold of, I told her what I had, and she says, well, let me get a hold of somebody. He'll call you in just probably 20 minutes. So a gentleman called me, I told him what I had, and he says, I'm coming out. I says, okay, you need to come out and see this, really. So he came out, and we took the kids away from them. I arrested them on child endangerment and child neglect charges, felony charges.
Wow.
It was horrendous.
Wow. I can't imagine that. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that smell just
It was
stays.
it was so bad that when I walked through, and they had a little dog.
Oh, wow. The
that
dog was just going in there too.
Yeah, he was just shitting in the hallways and everything.
That's so nasty.
After I had arrested him, taken him to jail, I went back up to the office, and I'm walking in the office, and I'm going, God, I still smell it. I can still smell that smell on me.
Yeah.
It was so bad. And I walked in, and when I got into the light of the office, I looked down, and I had dog shit on my pants and my boots.
Oh,
No.
It was from walking around in it.
get back with you. Oh, that's insane. Yeah, because when I lived in Ogden, I grew up in Ogden on 27th and Madison, and he grew up on 28th
Monroe.
in Monroe. Like we've grown up together. We've
Yeah.
been so close, and we had a next door neighbor that you could see the floor, but it was just filth. Like it was alleyways within the house of piled up clothes and trash and garbage. And I mean, when that front door was open, that's all we can get a glimpse in there. Or when the windows would open, just the stench would come out. And we'd call all kinds of. Luckily, there's no kids there. It was just homeless people they'd bring around, and just because they were getting a check from the government for something, and their rent was being made to the landlord. The landlord didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Just had them there, and we had to deal with just cats, dogs, shitting on our lawn everywhere in the whole neighborhood. And it was just, and finally that's kind of one of the main reasons we moved out of that place. Couldn't beat them, but
So you could imagine
Yeah.
that with no pathways. It was just
On
full
top of it.
On
Yeah.
Oh
top
my
of it.
goodness.
and then in a mobile home where it's even smaller and reduced already, and
It was,
that's insane.
and 3 months later, I remember going through the community, driving through, and they were renting. So they when they were arrested, I evicted them.
Okay.
The owner did, and I guess he went in there. He hadn't been in there in years, and they just took a bulldozer to it and just took it to the ground and put it in dump trucks and hauled it off.
That's probably the best bet.
Yeah.
Because there was no salvage in it on it.
Yeah.
But the funny thing, they both had full-time jobs.
No
Huh?
way.
They both worked.
That's insane.
They weren't.
They weren't criminals, as in like.
No.
Okay.
What?
No, they had full-time jobs.
Wow.
I'm confused of why the water and all this stuff was off then. That is the weirdest thing ever.
I don't know.
Priorities.
They had to be on some sort of drugs or something. There's no way, yo. Like,
That's insane.
Or some just mental capacities
yeah,
Yeah.
on it.
that's true. You probably seen people at like their weakest points, at least some people, right? So you probably have seen people do things that like the average person hasn't seen someone do, right? Like out of just as desperation and stuff like that. Is there anything that comes to your mind, whether that be that maybe you caught them in the act and they started acting a little like, oh no, that wasn't me, or I don't know. You probably see like the worst of the worst. So I'm pretty sure there's maybe something that comes to your head or something.
I've handled my very share of suicides,
Oh,
which
my
is
goodness.
the worst of the end result.
Yeah.
Dealing with kids that come across their dad who's just committed suicide and having to deal with
And
that.
how common is that realistically? Like even just in a small town like Ogden, is this a daily thing, weekly? Like
It happens more than you'd like to know.
I would imagine.
yeah.
I would imagine that.
It does, and those they never leave your mind.
Yeah.
I see everyone that I've ever had to deal with.
Jeez.
I can see them.
And is it mostly males or females?
It's mostly males.
Males.
There's been
yeah,
a
I
few
would assume.
females.
Yeah.
Craziest one though was again at the trailer park.
Trailer park. Okay.
Wow.
No wonder they have a bad rap. Okay.
Now we know. Well,
Got a call from a neighbor because there was so much screaming and yelling going on in the trailer next to them that they could hear them over their TV in the trailer next to them. So they called dispatch, and dispatch says, we don't know what it is. We don't know if it's a domestic situation, anything like that. So I go there, the now chief, and he tells this story so good. He's part-time for Harrisville. He comes in to back me up on it because we don't know what we're getting into. I go in, and there's a couple of small kids in the front room, and we could hear all of this screaming and yelling coming from the back bedroom.
Okay.
So he heads down there. I make sure no one's out in the front area, and he opens the door. He's got a 17-year-old daughter. Father's got her on the bed with his hands around her throat,
Oh my gosh.
shaking her. Mom's standing behind him on the bed with the Bible, screaming and yelling for the devil to get out of her daughter. Her daughter had taken some drugs
Oh.
and had gotten, was high on drugs, and they said the devil was in her.
Jeez.
And she was trying to perform an exorcism by
Smacking.
smacking
Oh.
the Bible. I grabbed Mom. She's trying to now hit me with the Bible. I drag her out of the room. She jumps over my partner and still tries to exorcise the demons.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, he grabs Dad to try and quit him from choking her. As he does, lets go of the grip of his daughter's throat, she reaches up and takes bites a chunk right out of his arm. Not just a little bite. She takes a chunk of meat out of his arm.
Oh, full chunk. That's insane.
So, I mean, the whole place was chaotic.
Yeah.
We talk about it now and laugh
I think-
because it
oh,
was
yeah.
just,
At the time, I bet it was,
What?
you didn't know what to expect or the outcome was going to be out of this.
I didn't know who was going to turn on who.
Yeah, I was about to say, what? So who got in trouble there?
Really, hit me. I probably would have arrested her, but she didn't. So we controlled her, got Dad off with the daughter. I took the daughter and committed her to the hospital, the psych ward up at the hospital.
Okay, and that's when they run tests and tell you what's going on, basically.
Yeah, I did a officer commitment. So I transported her up to the psych ward up McKD and admitted her up there.
Wow. That one's insane.
Yeah, that's wild.
Just you walk in, you go, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah. It sounds like Trailer Park's 2 for 2.
Yeah. That's insane. I mean, were you ever, as a sheriff, you're not ever like in Ogden, were you? I feel like Ogden has like a bad rep for just being.
I was in Ogden for the Frankham shooting.
Shooting. Remind me of that.
That's where SWAT went in, and he killed the 3 officers, was it? Frankham and a couple of other officers.
This was like, it's like 10 years
10
ago?
years ago.
Oh,
wow.
I think it was where our old machining teacher used to live. I think he was more on like, it's Ogden, but I don't even know what sort of area that is.
Oh, wow.
More, I think it was more towards South Ogden
Yeah.
area.
Yeah.
Wow. So you were part of that? Or
I responded after
Wow.
for more of control.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'd go. As the county, you could go anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. Wow. Yeah, I bet those situations are just so crazy because, I mean, any call it can turn into a crazy situation, right? You just never know.
You never know.
Wow.
Domestics are the worst because, husband or wife can be beaten on their partner, and you're thinking you're going in to help them, and I've had them turn around and start fighting me because they didn't want me to take their husband to jail.
What?
Yeah. You never knew what you were going to walk into.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of those body cam videos where something like that. It's like, no, he's fine. Like she has a black eye. She's been beaten up, and she just doesn't want him to go to jail. And it's kind of insane how they can turn on the help. But
luckily, the laws have changed enough now that they don't have a choice.
Oh, okay.
In domestics anymore. It used to be officer discretion, whether you arrested or how you handled it. Now it's no choice. It's you shall take them to jail.
Okay. This has to be pretty recent, I'm assuming. Probably the last 5 years or something like that.
Within the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I think the big one was that University of Utah girl.
The one that got unfortunately killed.
Yeah. The boyfriend killed her.
Gotcha. After that, they were like...
they just said, nope, we're not going to give you a choice anymore.
Yeah.
You shall take them to jail.
Wow.
So...
Yeah. If it's keeping people safe, then I get it. Yeah. Sometimes you need that separation for a little bit at least. Maybe permanently. You never know. Yeah. Damn.
Wow. I feel like I have so many questions to ask you about different stories, but I mean, is there some that just come to your head that those ones that also just sleep with you that you can't get out of your head? The other ones? Yeah,
there are. But then there's some funny ones.
Give us some funny ones.
I have funny ones.
All right, let's lighten up the mood. Let's see.
Let's go to a funny one. I'm on patrol on Pleasant View Drive, Speed limit's 30 miles an hour.
Okay.
I pass this guy and he's doing 55. I flip around. I turn the lights on. He pulls over. He rolls his window down about yay far.
Okay.
And he's a big guy. His belly is completely touching the steering wheel.
Oh, shit.
I mean, he is big. And I thought, oh, this is going to, I hope this goes good. And I said, sir, I'm Officer Donaldson. Can I see your license and registration? And he already had it. He stuck it out the window. I says, well, thank you for having that for me. I said, the reason why I pulled you over, he says, stop right there. He says, I was speeding. I says, yes, you were. You were speeding. I said, do you know how fast you were going? I told you I was speeding. I said, okay. And that was it. So I went back, I wrote him a ticket, came back with the ticket. I says, I'm giving you a ticket today. And he says, for what? Speeding? I says, yes, for speeding. Then he started laughing.
Yeah.
He says, I told you I was speeding.
He was hoping you'd get out of it by confessing.
He was right up front. He says, I told you I was speeding. Just signed the ticket and
That was it.
off he went.
Wow.
Okay. What's like the nicest thing like a random like citizen has done for you?
I was running radar up on, again, Pleasant View Drive.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, and it's getting darkish time, I have a tap on the window and kind of look over.
What the heck?
And one of the neighbors across the street, or that I was parked in front of, she says, roll down your window. So I rolled down my window. And she says, I saw you sitting out here. She says, and you've been here for a little bit. I went and baked you some cinnamon rolls.
Aww.
And she had a plate of cinnamon rolls.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
she
so
said,
nice.
these are for you.
That's awesome.
So yeah, there was some good stuff to it.
Yeah. A
That's
mix of
awesome.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. What's have you ever got those people that just give you the whole spiel, like the law, that they have the right, and like when you said they brought down the window this much, it just reminded me of like those videos that I watch where
I
people
know my
just-
rights. I know my rights.
Yeah.
Funny you should say.
Yeah.
Out here on Highway 89, I didn't make the stop. It was somebody else, but I was right not far from him, and I backed him up.
Okay.
And we both approached it was a minivan, and it was an older lady, well, not real old, but she was probably in her 40s. She had a daughter, probably 10-ish, and then a baby in a car seat. And he approached and he says, ma'am, I need to see your license and driver registration. No, you don't. He says, no, I do. And she says, I know my rights. I'm not a citizen. I'm a sovereign citizen.
Okay.
And he says, no, you need to produce. She says, no, I'm not driving. I'm a traveler.
What?
Jeez. Yeah.
Do you know the sovereign citizens?
No.
Look them up.
Okay.
They don't believe in, they're not a citizen of the United States. They live in America. So they're travelers.
What the?
And so they believe that they don't have to pay taxes. They don't have to have a driver's license because they're not drivers, they're travelers.
Jeez.
And she felt she would not. She says, no, all I have to do is tell you my first name. She went to jail.
Okay, I'm assuming you get to a point you drag her out.
Yeah.
put her-
Yeah.
Okay.
So the outcome was she truly just didn't have a driver's license at all? No insurance?
No, she had a driver's
okay.
license, but it was expired
Oh, okay.
because she was a traveler.
Yeah, I feel like most of those outcome of those videos, they have a bunch of drugs on them, and they're trying to avoid all that, or like what you said, either expired license, stolen car, or something. But that's
No.
interesting. I haven't heard of that one before.
Yeah, sovereign citizen. They have a document that states, they said that it's an official document that states that they are no longer a citizen of the United States, but they are a citizen of America.
This doesn't hold up in court, though, right?
Oh no.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
I was
no.
about to say, this is just fantasy. That has to be. Yeah.
Do some videos on,
Okay.
and you'll see them in front of judges. They'll argue with judges.
Wow.
Oh, wow. So they're
So-
committed then.
Oh, they're very committed.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
There's people for everything. Yeah. I've always have you ever pulled someone over just from a regular traffic stop and it turned out to be it was a person that's been on the loose or running or either that it turned out to be a big drug bust or something?
I over here on 27.
Yeah.
We stopped a car, and as soon as he stopped, both the driver and the passenger took off running. I chased the passenger down all the way down to the gas station down here,
Oh shit.
and found him hiding in bushes. And I had him at taser point
Yeah.
to try and get him out, and it was because he had a warrant.
Okay.
He says, I didn't want to get caught because I have a warrant. I says, I'm going to chase you wherever you go. And I ran quite a while
Yeah.
to get him.
Yeah.
So and it was lucky he didn't get tased because I was out of breath. I was done running.
Yeah. You were just about
You
there.
I was about ready to tase him when he put his hands up like that. And I
Yeah.
thought, dang it,
Dang it. After all that.
you were going to get tased.
Yeah. That's insane. And the driver, did they ever find him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The other officer, he got him.
Yeah.
Warrants as well.
Dang.
Warrants, expired registration.
Is that pretty common? I guess that's probably the main reason officers always ask if you get pulled over, for everybody's ID and stuff, just to make sure.
That they're legal.
Yeah.
Insurance, valid driver's license. Yeah. Insurance it's the big things for insurance.
Really?
Yeah.
Insurance, feel like within the last maybe 10 years, it became a really strict thing, wasn't it? Because I feel like before they never really. Yeah.
They just say, you need to get insurance. Go ahead and get insurance. But now, you go to jail now
What?
for no insurance.
They take the car, right, too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The car gets impounded.
That's insane.
I did not know it was that bad. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all of these accidents, and imagine you get in an accident and they don't have insurance. Now it's all on your bill.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, there was an unfortunate event that my girlfriend was part of. She was just at I think it's a nail salon here on Washington. And she was in her car parked, and this lady she had got her nails done or whatever, pedicure, and this lady was parked kind of a 90 degree from her, and she backed up and rear-ended her bumper. And she noticed, and she was in the car when this happened, so she's like, hey, what the heck, came out. Anyways, the lady had no ID, no insurance. And she asked me, do I call do I call the police, or do I just get a picture? And I'm like, no, call the police, because she's not wanting to show any ID or nothing. Seems odd, but being that it was private property, they couldn't issue anything. And unfortunately, I don't know if it was the right thing or not, but the officer just let her go. And I'm like, how did he let her go with no insurance? This is maybe 3 years ago, and I'm like, I get it. If private property, whatever happened on there is kind of just out of the realm. But anyway, she had to go to court with it. The lady was going through bankruptcy. So we lost all that. We didn't get to get any money back on that one, but yeah.
Now they do, even if it's on private property.
Oh.
If you respond, people will call, especially if they say, I don't think they have insurance. So they don't have to be on the street to issue a ticket now. They've changed those laws.
Oh, no.
So now if you show up and they don't have insurance, you can issue them a ticket, even on private property.
Yeah.
That's some of the things now that it's not a thing you should have, it's a you shall have.
Yeah. It's a must.
It's a must.
Yeah.
Like a driver's license.
Makes sense.
At least, but they do make it valid now where you can at least show a picture of your insurance card, right? Not have to have the physical paper in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, I better check all mine. Yeah. Now that you say that.
For real.
Yeah.
Well, I know I've been pulled over a couple times, And when I get pulled over, I try to act cool. I always say sir or officer. I'll make sure I have everything correctly. I say please, thank you. Any other things I could be doing to help my chances,
Just exactly that. Be
Okay.
polite. You want to, don't give them reason to, they may have just come off of a bad call. And if you give them a reason, that bad call will fall into your call. It's sad, but we're human.
Yeah.
And some of those things just roll over. We try not to let them happen. I had a suicide, and then I had a stop, and I was already pissed off.
Yeah.
I was already at the end of my wits, and I probably wasn't the nicest I could have been to him. I was still had that. So, but yeah, exactly that. Just do what they ask.
Yeah.
You've seen the videos where people say, I didn't do anything wrong. I don't have to do this, or I know my rights. And as soon as you say, I know my rights,
Oh, that's a red flag.
That kind of digs that little bit into you, and you say, I'll show you your rights.
Yeah.
So don't say that.
I mean, you don't do that, but
yeah. If you're to get pulled over, you're getting pulled over for a reason. So don't act stupid.
That's true. That's very true.
Wow.
Yeah. Cops just don't stop you just to stop you.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen anymore. May have a few years ago.
Yeah.
15 years ago. May have was a little different. They just say, I just want to check. But now you have to have a reason.
Probable cause, right?
Yep, probable cause.
Yeah, I remember I got pulled over. I got a ticket for not having my license plate in the front. It was like on the window. Mm-hmm. He just gave me a fix-it ticket for that. So I put my license plate back on, seen a random cop, try to be, I didn't want to knock on his window because I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little scared. I'm like, I don't want to, I'm like, hey, sir, officer. And he was like, oh, I just got a fix-it ticket. Can you sign it for me? He's looking at it over and he's like, what'd you get pulled over for? I'm like, just the license plate. He's like, you're not supposed to do that. Like, why'd they pull you over? And he was just arguing with me why I got pulled over. But I'm like, I didn't pull myself over, officer. But I get what you mean. Yeah, there's some, I don't know.
And a lot of officer discretion.
Yeah.
Tickets, speeding tickets. It's really officer discretion whether you get a ticket or not.
Yeah. For the most part, what I've seen on YouTube is they at least, I think it's if you're over, I think like a denomination of 10 or something like that, or even if you're like at 71, they'll charge you for 80 or something like that. But it basically they'll lower it for you a little bit or something.
So a lot of the fines are driven by the courts.
Okay.
So that's all set by the court. So there's a range from 0 to I can't remember what the range is. But once that range is this fine, once you go over that range, then it goes to this, and then it jumps up to another level, which usually is reckless.
Okay.
And it's officer discretion. If you're above that, in that intermediate range, if you're pleasant to me, I'll drop it down and just say they're only 6 miles over the speed limit. And I've gotten so many thank yous.
Yeah, I bet.
Even though they're getting a ticket, they say, "Oh, thank you so much." I'm not there to make their day hard. I'm just trying to keep everybody safe.
Yeah, exactly.
That was my perspective.
Yeah.
Now I know some that officers are you're 1 mile over that. That's what you're getting.
Okay.
And they have every right. They can do that. But
yeah, that's true.
I just found that being that other way, I got a lot more thanks than I did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that made the job more enjoyable for you.
Yeah, I hate you.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always been the person that was just thank you after they pulled me over because I'm just like a nice person. Yeah. It was actually, I wish I would have never even said thank you. No offense to the officer that pulled me over, but man, I didn't look at my ticket. I just got pulled over, and I had the Corvette. I don't think you ever saw that one. I had that, but it was loud and it's bright yellow, so of course it attracted a lot of attention. And he pulled me over, and I mean, I was in a way, I think what you said, I'd probably take them off a little bit because I asked him, like, what'd you clock me at? Because he's like, don't act stupid, you were racing. And the car was loud. And I mean, I'd probably accelerated off the line to, to speed, and it was loud. So it sounded like I was flying. But in my head, like, I'm kind of know my rights. I'm like, what'd you clock me at? Because I'm like, I wasn't going what you think I was doing. Anyways, gave me a ticket. I signed it, put it inside, and I just, thank you, have a good day, have a good, just be safe or whatever it is I said. Got home and I got speed exhibition and speed contest. So I was like, this is like the worst of the worst you can get. And there was no one around me. It was like 11 at night going home. Well, no, we were going out to get something to eat, but he was like way behind me. And anyways, I had to take it to court, and we ended up just getting it to being like 5 over or whatever it was. But yeah, those is one of those. I guess you should probably look at your ticket before you sign it. I mean, I guess there's nothing really you could do, right? Even beforehand.
Yeah. I mean,
you just sign and deal with it afterwards.
Just sign and deal with it in the courts.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
The way I looked at it is, I'll give you a ticket or do what I need to do because I feel like I need to. Now, if you don't think so, and the judge changes that, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not going to beat myself up over because the judge didn't go with what I had written down.
Yeah.
Got you.
That's between you and the judge,
Yeah, you did your part.
I did, yeah.
Okay. So when someone would go to court, would you expect it to always show up, or how's that work?
Only if they were fighting it.
Only if they fight it.
Yeah.
And if you didn't show up, did the ticket get dropped, or how did that go?
I think there was something like that. They told me if there was a chance.
There's a chance
Okay.
that, the judge, could drop it.
And I'm assuming you get paid for this, right? Going to court.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You'd get paid. In fact, I go to court next Tuesday.
Oh.
Oh, really?
All right.
On something from when you were still on duty?
Domestic assault with a weapon.
That's a big one.
It's been going on for 3 years, and
Wow.
I got subpoenaed to go, a 3-day jury trial next week.
Wow.
So even though I'm retired, I still have to go. I still get subpoenaed, and I'm still having to go to court
Dang.
on it.
Yeah. Luckily, mine was like during COVID time, so it was all through Zoom call. But I think, they had to reschedule mine for like it went for like 3 or 4 months because I think the officer wouldn't show up or something, or I think off the body cam, he didn't have enough evidence to prove what he was saying. So anyways, but yeah, I was always just scared of that part. I'm like, great, I'm going to get to see this guy. And I just remember like him being like so rude and like just pissed off. Like you said, it could have been from him having a bad call before or just
in a bad mood that day.
Yeah. And when we were asking him, what'd you clock me at? just turned it up a little bit more. Wow. What's the fastest you've clocked someone? Or did you ever see anybody like really like speed racing over here? Or did you have
Never
those?
caught him.
Never caught him.
Oh.
No.
I was on the graveyard. I was on Highway 89. It's 55 miles an hour. And it was probably 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And it was in the stretch of the highway where there are no street lights. So it's pitch black out there. The moon was enough to where you could almost see a little bit without headlights on, but you still needed headlights on. So the headlights were on. And I was just traveling back and forth, and I was going towards Brigham City, north. My radar was going, and my radar started flashing. And I look in my mirrors, and I go, there is nobody back there. And there are the instances where you'd get a ghost reading off of something that was, a metal object coming off of bounce back. Low-flying aircraft, if you're going down a hill and they're above you, it could pick them up.
Oh.
Whoa.
So low-flying aircraft could read.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen often. And so I'm just thinking, this is just low-flying. It's just a glitch in the radar. But it was reading at 85 miles an hour. I'm going, okay. And I kept looking, nothing behind me, no lights. And then all of a sudden the radar started picking up. It got up to 100. miles an hour. I'm going, what the hell? Because it wasn't going away. And then out of nowhere, this black, I don't know what it was, car, went right down the median, kicked rocks up all over my truck, and he was completely blacked out, no lights on it.
Ooh.
And when he passed me, he was doing 150.
Whoa.
Wow.
Well, I kicked on the lights.
Yeah.
I stepped on it. Trucks only go 100.
Oh.
Yeah, you can only do so much.
Those trucks start shaking pretty good after about 110 miles an hour.
Yeah.
The Ford F-150s, they're not meant for speed.
Mm.
He's still blacked out. I chase him all the way up into Perry, but yeah,
That's insane.
he was blacked out. I radioed, had dispatch called Brigham City, Box Elder County, and said, hey, I got a guy doing at least 160 now. I can't catch him.
Yeah.
I said, well, what's the description? I says, I don't know.
Black
And
car.
he was blacked out. It was a black car, no light. So I can't tell you what kind of car it was. Just that it went flying by me at 140 miles an hour.
Wow.
Dang. Okay.
It's insane. People are really doing those speeds out here like that. Obviously, it almost sounds like he was running away from something if he was black, no lights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows?
Don't know what his deal was, but yeah, he was completely blacked out.
Okay. I'm pretty sure there's probably was times where you had assistance from like a chopper, like a helicopter. How are those calls like? Are they like, hey, go down over here? They're going out this way, or
We really don't have a lot of choppers up here in the Weber County.
Okay.
In fact, really, I think the only ones we have are the troopers. If it got a really crazy out of hand, troopers would, if they were, available, would send a chopper.
So what's a trooper? Is that like another form of police officer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's your state. The state highway patrol.
Oh, okay.
The troopers.
Got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
they go all over the state. They have their own helicopters, but the counties, I mean, it's just not feasible. It's a lot of money.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That's only like if somebody's probably held hostage and it's like
Some
something.
crazy stuff.
And then they have drones.
Oh, that's
Oh
true.
wow.
now. Yeah.
Drones, huh?
Yeah, the drones have taken over.
Huh.
That's insane. I didn't know police were using that. Like, I guess I'd never see them out, but at the same time, they're not always going to be flying. It's for a special operation. So,
Yeah, all the SWAT guys, that's probably what they go to now.
Well, North Ogden's got 3 drone operators. So they have 3. Pleasant View's got 1. Harrisville's got 3 drone operators. So they've got 3. On the county, I don't even know how many the county has.
yeah.
That's cool.
The county has a ton of drones.
That seems kind of like a fun job, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably see some stuff you don't want to see sometimes, though. Yeah. I was watching like a case that was like, I think from like 2 years ago about a guy in, I think Roy, that was, I think he was just threatening to kill his girlfriend or something like that. Ended up basically on the run. He ended up like getting to someone's house up in Bountiful. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that case or heard about it, but he had a family held hostage in there. And
I think I remember.
like he ditched his car in the middle of the freeway because I think they popped his tires and he jumped the median and just went into a neighborhood where they live in that area thinking it's safe because it is a nice, safe area, but you don't expect the guy from the median just ditching his car and getting to your house in the middle of the night. But yeah, I remember seeing them and saying something about like the helicopter. They couldn't even get one in the air for like an hour and a half anyways if they wanted one. So
A chopper?
yeah, a chopper.
Yeah.
But this is a few years ago, probably before drones became such a huge tool now in the industry. So
Yeah, the drones are, if you've got somebody that's ran at night, you can get a drone operator, like if it's out in Plain City, you can get a drone operator within 15, 20 minutes on site.
And they probably have infrared and night vision and all that.
They're all night vision, infrared, and they're really cool because it shows the heat signatures.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
see
actually
deer and rabbits and
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I always would watch those videos. It's like the guy's hiding behind a bush, but then you can see the infrared. It's like, you're right there, bro.
That's just exactly what they look like.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang. You ever been called or came to like basically a robbery, like an active robbery or burglary? Is that what they call it now?
A burglary?
Yeah.
Not really. No, not so much. I had an active fight at the Walmart.
A fight?
A fight.
Wow.
They had knives out,
Oh, wow.
knife fighting
What
in the
the
parking lot
Oh,
of
in the parking
Walmart.
lot? Damn.
Yeah, at the parking lot of Walmart.
Walmart activities, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's insane.
Fortunately, I've never had to shoot anybody.
Thankfully.
Thankfully.
Thankfully, I haven't.
Yeah.
I've backed up a couple. We had a shooting. An officer shot a guy up by the North Ogden Smiths in the apartments there.
Yeah.
I got around the corner just as the gunfire started. So
Ooh.
yeah,
Have you had some close calls yourself?
I've had It's a little when you have your gun out and you're pointing at somebody, knowing that if anything goes wrong, I could take his life.
Yeah.
It kind of plays on you a little bit.
And it's on, yeah, it's in your hands. Yeah.
But you're trained for it. You go through with it, but still, you're thinking, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. I can't even imagine being that like high stake, intense situation. I feel like almost everything would like go into slow motion where you just, like.
But it takes a while to kind of come down from that.
It does. It does. It just doesn't put your gun away and
Yeah.
You're okay.
You're still amped up.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I had a question off of that right now, but it went away. What was it?
So yeah, I've had my gun out and had them a few people at gunpoint, just not knowing.
Yeah.
They cooperate.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my question. It was training as far as like how often do you guys get training on like once you're like on duty? Is it like optional kind of thing, or is it like mandatory like every year or every couple months?
So Utah Post, they're the ones that set the standards for training, and you're required 40 hours of training every year.
Oh, wow.
So as an officer, to keep your certification, you have to get 40 hours, and they have some courses that are mandatory.
Okay.
You have to do. One of the mandatories is firearms. You have to recertify your firearms every year.
What does that consist of? Like them checking your firearm, or is it, hey, go shoot this target and we're checking your accuracy, basically?
Your accuracy.
Wow.
They set the standards of what you have to shoot at in order to be certified to get your certification for your firearm.
Wow.
And that's every year.
Yeah.
And if you carry an AR, that's an additional certification.
Oh, okay. So not every police officer has an ER then?
No.
I always thought they had them in the trunks. Like everyone.
Not every.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had an AR at Pleasant View, so I'd have to certify on my AR as well as my handgun.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dang, okay. And then I would assume you probably still want to make sure that, you're still improving yourself. So would you go to the range and, all the time, I'm assuming probably?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd go to the range and I'd throw off some rounds and whenever I could.
Yeah. You still partake in the range like nowadays still? Or is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Nice.
I go down to the Weber County shooting range.
Oh,
Is that the one just right here?
The ones you hear the gunshots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always, for the longest time, I always thought like they're putting down cows or something. Like, I'm like, why? I'm like, I know this is like city limits. Like, why am I hearing gunshots? I'm like, I guess there's farms around, but it's like, damn,
And
how many animals they got?
And they really get loud at night because it's so quiet. When
Yeah.
officers, they have to do night training, night shoots. So
That makes sense.
the range is completely blacked out and you're just shooting with either your lights of the vehicles on, so you get used to flashing lights behind you, and a flashlight. You're shooting at targets with a flashlight and red and blue lights going off.
Wow.
And those, when they're doing the night training, you can really hear those.
Yeah. Yeah. There's been times I hear them and I'm like, God, I hope everyone's okay.
Yeah.
Like, I hope it's not something nearby. But yeah, I think not too long ago, maybe within the last year, I drove down that road and it said like Weber County's
shooting range.
Yeah,
I
just
think
shooting
is
range. Yeah.
the shooting
I think
range.
for a while I seen something about it being like open to the public. Is that a thing? That
But yeah,
like
it's all open to the public.
oh
Anybody can go in there
Oh.
and shoot.
oh cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Would it be be the benefit of going there versus like an impact guns or something, or is it the same thing?
It's the same thing, except there's a lot more ranges of
Oh.
the Weber County shooting range. I think they've
Oh.
got, I want to say, 25 or 30
That's a lot. Yeah.
ranges.
Yeah, yeah. That's a
Where
lot.
impact, is maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, something like that.
Like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a little different. And it's semi outdoors, so you're not having to breathe in all the gunfire,
Got you.
ammunition.
Well, that's
the
cool.
range.
The training, that's kind of cool how they keep you guys active. And is the whole this might offend the bigger guys. Is there any kind of like physical training? Because
That's-
as you know, growing up, it's always a nostalgic officer eating donuts. The bigger guy. And I know we have bigger guys out there, but I'm always wondering like, there's got to be some kind of physical training they do. I mean, obviously they're passing because they're officers, but
There is part of the state requirement is you have to do so many hours. I don't know what the hours are for it, but you have to do so many hours of, we called it DT, defensive training, which is your hand-to-hand and arrest techniques, how to arrest safely, put handcuffs on somebody safely without them getting hurt or you getting hurt. Then they would do some ground fighting, teach you the basics of ground fighting if you get put on the ground.
yeah.
So
How
they're
to
like
sur-
teaching you like MMA sort of stuff, or
Kind of. Yeah.
Oh.
It's the county he was really good. He could have been professional MMA.
Ooh.
Wow.
And he would teach how to get out of arm bars, chokes,
Wow.
anything. So he did a lot of ground fighting. So it would be you and your partner, and
Yeah.
he'd put you in position and say, okay, go for it and get out of it. They'd teach you how to, if you had to shoot from the ground. If you
Whoa.
got put on your back and they come out after you with a knife. So,
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of training
Yeah.
because
To somewhat prepare you for
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
because what it came down to at the end of the day, it was all so the officer could go home safely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they could always go home on it. So all the training is geared for officer safety and end of story. I want to go home.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm assuming you just said safety. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, you active duty. They're wearing some sort of armor vest, correct?
Mhm.
And then is the police car armored at all?
No,
Oh, that one's not at all.
No.
Oh,
No.
wow. Okay.
no.
Yeah. When I worked at the body shop, you get a few Ogden police cars. Did kind of. I knew the guy that did the maintenance for him, and he said they would just kind of like disperse them around the Weber County, but we'd get some with bullet holes in them and stuff. And
Yeah.
we got that one where there was a guy that I think an officer arrested. It was like a domestic violence kind of thing, and that guy went and put a shotgun through the back of the guy's car, or I think it was a Roy officer.
Mhm.
We got that car. It was crazy because my time, like I always thought too, the cars were armored, but after working at the body shop, I was like, they're not.
Nope. Cars aren't armored.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are a little souped up though, right? They make them a little faster. They tune them, and then they put like the barricade in front, I believe.
That it used to be a lot of them did. They don't do that much anymore.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you mean the push bar in
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
front,
yeah, yeah.
the bumper?
Yes.
Yeah, they don't do that much anymore. And it really is agency driven.
Okay.
It's up to the agency if they want to spend that money to put a push bar.
So it depends.
I know all the troopers, they put push bars on them. They get involved in a little more
Got you.
things that require than the city would.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
City policies have really kind of changed on pursuits. Used to be in the day when I first got into it, pursuits were the thing you just lived for a chase. Now, public safety, unless it was just absolutely pursuits just don't happen much anymore
Got you.
on it. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember we had a family friend that would buy the Crown Vics off auction because back then I think it was like I think that's probably like you said different agencies too, but the Crown Vics back then I think from different cities they would be put on auction and they had like a stamp in the engine compartment that had something about like police and like they would soup those engines up.
Yeah.
But that was like the older,
Yes, a minute ago.
yeah, probably early 2000s kind of.
Yeah. I think they used to have to because they didn't mass produce. Nowadays, you can get a charger that is fast enough for anything you need. You don't need to soup up a charger anymore.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Does I mean, well, Weber County or wherever the city you were working for, do they have like a higher like speed car like for like those big chases? Or I think back then like North Ogden or Harrisville had like a Mustang.
That was the Chiefs' car.
That was the Chiefs. Okay. I remember he was always parked like up here by right where whatever that school is here on Highway 89, passing Walmart. But he would always be there, and I would always be driving this way when I was younger, and I just always knew his car was there. So I was like, oh, 45.
Now,
And then,
now he did special order his
yeah.
Mustangs.
Nice.
So he had those special ordered to what he wanted in them.
Okay, Chief.
And it was the city, they'd approve it, and he could do it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We don't see much of that anymore, though, I feel like.
No. The flashy stuff. Morgan used to have unmarked car. I think it was, I don't know what it was up there, but I know they had that car up to 160 miles an hour up there.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if they still have it, but they did have an unmarked car.
Something sporty.
Yeah, something real sporty up
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Wow.
Did you ever get to like ride along with other departments? Like maybe you just wanted to hang out with the detectives, or maybe you wanted to hang out with SWAT. Like you just sort of shadowing, hanging out with them. Like is that ever something you're able to do, or is it just
Now?
Well, yeah, maybe past, maybe now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
They do ride-alongs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's I'm assuming only for police officers. So like
No.
a random citizen, well, a citizen like myself
Citizen,
can.
yeah.
How do you
Yeah.
do that?
Just go up to the city offices and talk to the chief. Pleasant View has. It's a release form that if you want to do a ride-along, they do a background check, obviously.
Okay.
Just a real quick minor.
Yeah.
Make sure you're not a felon, going for a ride-along. But yeah, there are a lot of citizens that just want to go for a ride-along and see what happens.
Wow.
That sounds so interesting. I kind of
So
want to do that.
they do it.
That'd be probably pretty nice for someone thinking about getting
Yes.
into that industry. And wow, that's cool. I didn't know about that.
There you go. So now you know.
They've
We could go for a little ride along for the multiple people or just one.
just one.
Oh,
Yeah, if you're in the back, you don't want to be back there.
No, you don't want to be in the cage.
yeah. Wow. Did you ever have a canine, or were you ever? Is
No,
that
I
like
didn't.
no?
No.
Is that something that ever interested you, or is
Oh,
that?
I would have loved to have a canine, but I've always owned dogs,
Okay.
and I didn't want to put my family pet
Yeah.
because you really have to control the canine.
Whoa. Okay, so it's the police officer's dog?
Yes.
I did not know that. I
Oh,
thought
yeah,
they were owned by the city or something.
Well, they are owned by the city or the agency,
Okay.
but for them to be really effective, they actually are integrated into their family life.
Wow.
So the officer takes them home. He cares for them. He grooms them. That's basically
Sounds like a family member almost.
yeah.
That's got to be tough then, because if something happens, then
Yeah.
yeah.
And most often than not, when a dog reaches retirement, they usually will let the officer keep the dog if he wants him, and almost all of them says, "I can't give my family up."
Yeah.
No, he's my family. I've been with him for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
You
Every day.
every day,
Yeah.
day and night.
That's crazy.
So yeah, no, it becomes their family,
Oh, that's
and
so cool.
that's where they get that bond.
Ah.
The dog and the trainer, the handler, is so tight. I mean, that dog will do anything to protect his handler
Yeah.
because that's his family.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's probably a little harder when it's like, I don't know. There's maybe multiple officers in the. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving the dog maybe too little credit, but they could differentiate between like a criminal and a police officer. Is it more on like the trainer to be like, hey, this guy's running, go get him. Like, yeah, if you know, because that's probably a nuanced question.
Well, I've got some really good friends who's canine.
Oh, okay.
And they go through a lot of training. So they have to do training every week.
Oh, every week.
One day every week.
Yo.
Is set aside. They do training, and part of that training is to, if you're in a uniform, they train them not to go towards them. Granted, some dogs just, it's hard.
Yeah.
Dog's a dog, yeah.
It's a dog.
Yeah.
We were in fact, we were in training, and at the county, and the canine had his dog in with him because it was middle of summer. It was hotter than hell. So he brought his dog into the air-conditioned room, and he was sitting just right by his side. And one of the deputies dropped his pen and reached down and surprised the dog, and the dog bit him.
Ooh.
Just latched right onto him, because he just surprised him.
Yeah.
He was a beast.
Oh,
that dog was a beast.
I bet that deputy definitely found out that day. He was
Crunch.
He was a beast. We had to call him into the jail one day.
Whoa.
Because a guy in level 1 refused to rack in his cell, and he had trashed the day room. He had soaped it up, put soapy water on, so when you go in, you were just sliding.
Oh.
And so rather than have to go in and put everybody at danger or of getting hurt, they decided to call this deputy with his dog. I can't remember the dog's name, but he says, "Yeah, I'm in fact, I'm out in the parking lot, and I can come in a minute with him." And that dog was loud, barking, and he came down the hallway, and his bark just echoed through that whole section. And that guy looked at us, and he ran up into his cell, jumped on the top bunk, and said, "Close the door, close the door." We closed the door, and after he'd locked down, said, "What in the hell was wrong with you?" He says, "I've been bitten by that dog."
Oh, shit. He's like, I already know what that feels like.
He says, He says, "No." He says, "I've been bitten by him."
Oh,
He says, I'm locked the door.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm settling down.
wow. I guess going back to the jail thing, now that reminds me, like, what? I mean, obviously, that's kind of, I've never even heard of that, them soaping up the floor to kind of make it slippery for everyone.
That's
And
wild.
I imagine you would find, like, all kinds of, like, would you guys search their cells every once in a while? Would you find, weapons and weird things that they would try to make? And
shanks.
Yeah.
You'd find shanks, homemade those shanks in there, and they were very sophisticated shanks.
Damn.
and just out of, like, the stuff that they can get while they were in there?
Yeah.
Wow.
The plastic sporks,
Yeah.
they would grind down on the cement, make into a real sharp, very sharp dagger type shank. Tear their underwear apart, make a handle out of it so it was a good grip. You could, after being in there so long, you could really quickly identify when something was going to happen in a section there.
Yeah, what would be some initial indicators?
They're wearing their tennis shoes.
Oh.
Because they have the jail-issued shoes, but they could also buy tennis shoes off a commissary.
Okay.
Well, the jail-issued are just the plastic, like...
Okay, like a slide, no grip sort of thing.
Like a flip-flop type thing.
Got you.
And that's all they'd wear all the time, was the jail-issued shoe, flip-flops.
Want to be comfy. I mean, there's no reason for them to be wearing tennis shoes, yeah.
And so if you look out there and all of a sudden you see 4 or 5 inmates and they're now wearing tennis shoes, okay.
You know something's about to go down.
Something's going down because they want some grip. They need some grip on the cement floor. those flip flops aren't going to do it. Bare feet's not going to do it. So and they start rolling up their pants.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh, some signals.
those are the signals. You knew that there was going to be somebody was going to get jumped
Wow.
in there. But if they were in there and they didn't want to lock down, you'd have to give them cleaning supplies because of sanitation. So you'd give them cleaning supplies to clean their cell so that they weren't filthy. If they were planning on it, they'd just stock up some of those supplies, soaps and stuff, and then they'd put them in a bucket and just throw water with the soap all over the floor.
wow.
And it was like glass.
I imagine, yeah.
You'd go in with your boots and you'd hit that and you'd just go flat on your back.
Yeah.
So they'd soap up the floors so it was harder for you to get to them.
That is crazy.
I wouldn't have ever thought about that one.
Yeah, that's crazy. And you were there for 17 years, right?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming this would happen pretty frequently.
Oh, yeah.
So what would you think? You're like, oh, there's water on the floor. So what's your sort of next step?
We'd just wait until there was enough of us.
Okay.
Like on a level 1, we could never go in
By yourself.
by yourself with an inmate. Policy was you had to have 5 deputies with you.
Wow.
So it was a 5-on-1
Wow.
to go in.
Were you guys armed when you guys were in there? No? Okay.
Yeah, you get
Radio.
robbed.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, it's probably a safety, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
someone, bad time, wrong thing, somebody can grab your
Yeah.
Yep.
weapon and
You had a radio.
that's crazy. Baton? Something?
Nope.
Nothing?
A
Wow.
radio.
Just
A radio on top of the head would really hurt.
I was thinking radio for backup, but he's like, nah.
Radios
to
were
the
a little
head.
bigger back then too, probably.
If needed be, if you had to, a radio could become a very good
Wow.
tool.
Yeah. The heavy part of that.
All right, and you've told me off the pod that your wife worked there, and this is probably someone we'll maybe in the future have on because I'm sure she's got some crazy stuff.
She did.
Yeah, is that how you guys met, or
No, we met in California.
okay?
I started at the county. She hated her job where she was at. And I said, well, they have civilian
Like a civilian position or something?
civilian
Okay.
position in the jail if you want. She says, and she'd gone on a tour, so she knew what it was like. She had heard from me. So she went and applied, and she went through the interview process, and she got hired.
Okay.
And so she was a CA, a corrections assistant in the jail. 15 years.
Wow.
Oh,
She was
okay.
in there. And in fact, I think I told Edgar, inmates would ask, is your wife working in booking? And I'd say, why? I'm not worried about you at all. You're a pushover. Your wife, she scares the shit out of me.
What the hell?
She wouldn't take crap. She was, I mean, oh no.
Let him have it.
She would, yeah. You didn't say anything bad to her.
Yeah.
Oh, she said, I'll come over this bench and just tear your heart out.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she was mean with the inmates.
Was that? I mean, I take it that was her last job she had before she retired too.
Yeah.
What was she doing before that? That's kind of insane to just like kind of start that career later on.
She was in sales.
Oh, there you go.
She was selling product for all of the sundry items for 7-Eleven, Maverick, like the little packs of
Oh, okay.
aspirin and
All that fun stuff.
all that fun stuff. So she'd go into all the Mavericks and 7-Elevens.
Well, if I ever get bored of sales, I'm gonna have to contact you for a referral so you get me in there.
I'll get you into the jail.
I appreciate that, Lance.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
It'll be an eye opener.
Yeah.
For real. For real.
Yeah. Hey, you're built for body wise. I don't know if you want to take in all the
Mentally, I don't know if I'm strong.
No, that takes
Yeah.
a special person to be honest
Yeah,
with
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, you got to be. Yeah, they're mentally for sure for that. Wow, well, that's cool. I feel like you've opened her eyes a lot with a lot of stuff. And,
No, that's true. Actually, something that I just thought about right now. You're telling me that. Actually, I don't know if you. Well, I guess let me ask you a different question. If you get a call It's let's say a domestic violence call or something like that. You pull up, no one's opening the door. I'm pretty sure you guys can't obviously go in there without a warrant, but if you hear some sort of, you feel like someone's in danger, are you allowed to do
Yes.
that? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
If you can hear active violence going on, then the end result is you're there to protect whatever's the situation is. But if it's just they're yelling and arguing,
Oh, okay.
and you don't hear anything really physical. I mean, everybody has arguments.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to kick down a door because they're arguing.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you hear somebody that actually sounds like they're being hurt, things being thrown,
Yeah, you're
those are different. What exigence?
Okay.
exigence. Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
can't. It's hard for me to say that word.
Yeah.
But those are the exceptions
Uh-huh.
of it.
Yeah.
If you hear that.
I've always like same thing when I see like those YouTube videos or like some officers, like I think I've told you, I watched the ones where they're making you know your rights, and like there's an officer that stepped in the house to kind of look around because he could smell weed, and it was a state that was legal, but anyways, the officer made the mistake by stepping in there when there wasn't like no probable cause, I guess,
Yeah.
in that scenario. So
Probably even if it is, you've got to actually see it. Just the smell of it
yeah,
doesn't give you the right to go into their home.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
If you can smell it.
yeah.
But for a vehicle, it's different because they're driving, right? If they smell it, then they can. If they don't allow you to search the car, you get the dog, and if the dog
Hits on it.
then you can.
That's your
Right.
probable cause.
Okay.
The dog hitting on something gives you probable cause that you can search the vehicle without a warrant.
Got you.
Now, if you don't have one and you know damn well that there's drugs in there,
Yeah.
you can still,
Oh, okay.
you can detain them, arrest them, and then you can just do a search incident to arrest, and you can go off of that.
Oh, okay.
But just a regular driver, and you want to search his car, if you can't.
That's what I was gonna think because we had an incident
I was
where
about
we
to-
were.
I was about to touch on
yeah,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
So we were just at the wrong place, wrong time. We were probably about 17, 18.
Yeah.
We were waiting for some friends cruising.
Salt Lake.
In Salt Lake specifically. So we parked outside of 7-Eleven and I'll let Edgar take over.
Yeah, we were just like we went down to Salt Lake. We were like considered like, oh, we're past our curfew. Well, you know, we can't. And our parents, they thought we were just hanging out here, just driving around, and we're out here in Salt Lake. So we pulled over, wait for our friend to, I don't know, lap around. We were off State Street, and we pulled this like next to this. I think it was like a car wash, like one of those gas stations that has like an attached car wash or separate little thing. And we're just parked there, and then our friend told us he was gonna come by, so we started pulling out and driving through the gas station, and then we get like swarmed by cops.
Swarmed.
Like just out of nowhere, and then we're just like, what the heck? So we're just shitting bricks now because we're just like, we're underage. I mean, it's past our curfew. Our parents are gonna kill us. Like, what did we do? We thought it was like just, I don't know, something worse. But and they approach us like, I think with like almost like with their firearms, like
Yeah.
like pointing at us, and they're like, hey, like put your hands on the steering wheel. Like, anyways, roll your windows down, and finally kind of guy came up. He's like, what are you guys doing? And I'm like, we're just waiting for some friends. We're about to go. And anyways, they're like, can I get your ID? And we both gave him our ID. I'm like, can we search your car? And I mean, I'm like, I don't care. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
I didn't think I had a right back then that I could say no, but even though I was like, yeah, go for it. Like, just, so they sat us on the curb. They didn't arrest us.
No,
right?
they just searched us too.
Yeah, they pat us down, and we were just like, yeah, go for it. Now seeing all these things, like I could have been that guy, been like, nope, you got no warrant on me, you got nothing on me.
Nope.
But we were just trying to get the heck out of there.
Yeah.
And yeah, anyways, they told us afterwards, they're like, all right, the reason we basically were doing all this is the exact same thing you guys did, is pulling into that spot and parking there and moving away, whatever it was. We've been basically watching. This is a hot spot. They get there where you guys parked, and they grab a bag of drugs or whatever and throw it on the roof of that car wash, and they drive off, and then someone else comes and picks it up, and you guys just happen to park there, and it just basically we've been watching for this to happen.
I did make it worse because I noticed there was a police officer hidden, like a cop car, And I just kept turning around and being like, there's a cop over there. So I probably did make it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't know there was an active sting operation going on. Like, I'm over here like,
Yeah.
there's a cop over there.
Yeah.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Exactly.
Yeah. But anyways, they were cool about it and nice enough, and they just told us like just be safe, get back home, and because my backpack was in the trunk or just in the back seat, and it had my school ID in it. So like they seen we were in high school. They're like, "You guys go to Ogden High? What are you guys doing out here?" And we're just like, "Oh, we're just hanging out, driving around with friends." And yeah, but
Yeah, he was like, yeah, you better not be racing. I remember that.
yeah, we're not, officer. And yeah, we went home, and after that, I think we were kind of scared for a while. At least I was, for like driving out late at night and just like, yeah, just expecting nothing. You know, I wasn't expecting that one tonight.
Yeah, well, there's that one saying, which I'm going to slaughter. It's like nothing good happens after a certain time
Yeah.
or something. So,
That is true.
Like my dad always told me.
Yeah.
Says nothing good happens after midnight.
there you go.
Mm,
You know, you're gonna be home before midnight because if you're out, you're doing something wrong.
Exactly. So,
yeah.
That's the way I was raised.
yeah. Well, now that we've said that story, if someone gets pulled over and let's say someone doesn't have anything on them, the police officer is accusing them of having something on them, for the easiest way to basically let them like go, is it just search my car? That's basically probably the best thing to do.
The least resistance.
Got you. Okay.
Is just if they want to search it and you don't have anything in there,
Just do it.
just do it.
Got you.
Yeah, because that's kind of one of the clues you hit on. Nope, you're not getting in my car. Okay, there's a reason why you don't want me in your car. Either it's because you're an asshole, or there's something in there. So I mean, if there's nothing in there, and you're not worried. No, hey, yeah, please do.
Yeah.
You know, here, I'll open the trunk for you. You know,
Go for it. Yeah.
go for it. And usually they appreciate that, and they, you know, say,
They're probably a little quicker with it too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, whatever.
okay, you know, send you on your way.
Okay.
One of my biggest fears, and I think it started after that, was if I ever bought a used car, because I've only had used cars. I think last year we barely got my girlfriend a brand new car, but before that, it's all been used cars that I've owned. And specifically one car that I had, when I first bought it, the guy told me like, "Oh, this car, we've put a lot of bombs through it already, and it still has that stench. It smelled like weed in there. It came from California, and it was a one-owner car." But after that, while I was literally sitting on the curb, I was like, "What if the previous owner left something in there?" Because they didn't have dogs. Like they were searching that
so.
car.
Yeah.
Like
They were
when we
ready.
got pulled over.
They were ready.
But a fear's always been is like, what if I get pulled over one of these days and they ask to search my car? I'm gonna be like, yeah, go for it. And they find something from just years ago, something in the trunk or underneath the seat or something that I haven't caught. I'm like, I'm sure there's like ways around it where you can prove bill of sales and stuff of.
Yeah.
But still, it's always been a thing since that day. I'm just like, I've always had in my head like, because that whole time I was just sitting there, I was like, wait, what? This is a used car. It was a 1990 Eagle Talon. I'm like, it's been years. It's been through how many owners? Like, you don't know. It's basically getting ready to get crushed. But when I bought it, so and I bought it not running for $300. And yeah, anyways, we came out ahead and nothing happened. But yeah,
you just have to go with the best and let it end up in court and
yeah,
say, look, I just bought that. It wasn't. I didn't know.
I don't know what the heck that was.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, I think one thing we haven't really covered is like DUIs. Like those are really, really common, huh? Like super common, especially after like that whole rule where they dropped it by like basically.
Didn't they drop it more now too?
No,
Oh.
no, that's still just the 0.05.
0.05.
Yeah.
Realistically, I could probably depends on your body type, metabolism, but what is that, like one beer? Probably.
It depends on the body. Yeah. It
Okay.
depends on the person. Some people can actively function on 2 beers and be over.
Got you. That's my biggest fear because I was watching a Salt Lake video that happened recently. This guy went to the club. He got pulled over. He admitted, yes, I was drinking, but I feel like I'm at a 3 out of 10. That's what he said. So they're like, okay, let's, do the little test. I think he passed all the tests until he did the breathalyzer. And he got a DUI. But even after that video, I was like, dang, I could feel okay a 3 out of a 10 and still get a DUI.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was like, it's not even worth doing anything.
No.
Like at all.
No.
So
They go off that.
Yeah, I think that's their goal was not so much to punish, was to, hey, if you've had a drink,
Just
just don't drive.
Yeah.
Just stay off the road.
yeah.
We went to the Jazz game here a couple of weeks ago,
Uh-huh.
and my wife said, "Do you want a beer?" And she said, "Never mind. I know.
Yeah.
And I'd rather wait till I get home.
Yeah, it's
I'll
not worth
wait
it.
till I get home and I'll have a drink. But no, it's not worth.
No.
Even though I might feel I'm capable,
Mhm.
if you're looking at me and say, "Lance, you're drunk."
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm fine.
Yeah.
You know.
At the end of the day, it's the officers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
judgment,
but I
yeah.
think that it was more for that,
Got
not
you.
to penalize or punish.
That makes sense. Okay.
Because DUIs, I mean, the crashes that have been involved of,
Yeah, you've probably seen some stuff.
you know, they take people's lives.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, it's not
not worth
it's
it.
not
for,
fun
Yeah,
to have to go and call somebody's wife and say, "Hey, your husband was just killed by a DUI driver,"
Oh, yeah.
and this was his third DUI.
oh wow, that's even.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
That's crazy.
yeah. It seems like those people that do get DUIs, it's not just one. They usually always end up getting a
Yeah.
couple. They just got busted that time, and who knows how many other times they've done it. So
Yeah, I've stopped a guy DUI, and it was his fifth DUI.
oh wow,
But he always paid tons of money to an attorney, and they got it dropped down to open container, not a DUI. They always got it dropped down.
Yeah.
They were still alcohol related, but it wasn't an actual DUI charge.
that's insane.
But,
What
yeah.
a judge can do,
A lot
Yeah,
of money.
or money.
an
Yeah.
attorney.
Be a good attorney. Yeah,
You pay an attorney, they can.
They'll find a loophole somehow.
Yeah. In fact, and when I was going through the academy, we were doing our DUI training,
Okay.
and they said, always pay attention to your surroundings, where you're at when you're doing a DUI. We've had attorneys who will fight their eye stagnant when they do the eye test was because the wind was fluttering the leaves behind you and the trees, which was causing their eyes to jitter.
What?
And
that's
he fought it and won it, and
What?
it was dropped because they looked and the wind was blowing that day, and the cameras did show trees and the leaves were blowing, the wind was blowing them, and he said that's what they were fixing on, and that's why their eyes were doing that.
wow.
Damn, that's crazy.
So
Just something else you guys had to look forward to doing before doing a test.
yeah,
Wow.
as a defense attorney, that's what he was paid for, and that's what he looked for, and he got it dropped.
Yeah.
That's insane. I'm assuming you guys have your own attorneys too, though, right? Or not really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you versus, or I guess the state versus the, whatever they call it, I don't know, the people, the person they
Defendant.
charging. There you go, defendant. Okay. Dang, yo. No, that's insane.
Because the officers can get sued.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know DUI is, it could be any sort of influence. We've sort of covered the alcohol sort of related one. Was there other times where you're like, yo, this guy is on some other stuff? Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. The metabolite.
Metabolite.
Which is not alcohol.
Okay.
So it's anything other than alcohol, illegal drugs, prescription, not the proper use of prescription drugs
Okay.
could cause you to be impaired. So that's a DUI metabolite.
Got you. So you still book them, but then you run a blood test to prove it?
Yes.
Got it.
That's the only way. There are tests you can do, eye tests, but they're different than the DUI, and your eyes will react differently to those
Okay.
tests.
Got you. Like the pupil and stuff.
Yeah, I've was never trained in doing those types of tests, but you can do those.
Got you.
And then they just book them on a DUI metabolite and then do a blood test.
Kind of crazy what the eyes can tell, right? Seems like
yeah.
it's all from the eyes. So
It's all in the eyes.
No wonder you guys are like just flashing your little light at us, like.
Yeah. Let me see those eyes.
yeah, look this way.
Eyes and the tongue.
yeah. You ever had-
Oh,
really
the tongue?
Uh-huh.
Why the tongue?
Oh, if your tongue's green at the back of your throat, boy, you've been smoking some good weed.
Yeah. That's the thing.
I did not know it was a thing.
Oh,
wow.
yeah. Yeah, if you're smoking weed,
The green tongue.
your tongue will turn green in the back.
Wow.
I had a friend tell me that a while back. He's like, have you ever heard that cops say about the green tongue? But I don't know if he was saying that it was a myth or if it was a real thing. But this was years ago. This guy was telling me about that.
If you think, if I've asked them, stick out your tongue.
Oh,
And they've
shit.
stuck out their tongue. And I said, don't tell me you haven't been smoking weed because your tongue is green.
Oh, okay. But
That's
if they continue saying no, is that enough evidence to book
It's
them?
not a test. You can't. That's not probable cause for it.
They have
but-
to admit it themselves. Then
yeah,
you book
or
them.
they have it on them.
Hmm.
Oh, because you asked to search them.
Yeah.
Got it.
And they have it on them.
That's probably a hard one to sort of try to get. Like marijuana is, I don't know. You could smell it on you for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But nowadays they have edibles. They have
Yeah.
like the carts. So it's like more sort of discreet. So I'm assuming you probably aren't getting those people as much compared, but I don't know.
No, because still, if you got your medical marijuana card,
Yes.
that's registered with the state database,
Okay.
and dispatch has access to that.
Wow.
So they can put the name of the person, and it'll come back. Oh yeah, it comes back. They've got a medical marijuana card, or they had a medical marijuana card, but now it's been
Expired or whatever.
expired or whatever.
So that lets you know they're a smoker. So we might have to investigate a little further.
Mm-hmm.
Because it still doesn't give them the right to drive.
No,
obviously.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You still have to put them through to make sure that they're okay to drive. They're not impaired.
So when you put their license, you're reading their data, that'll show up. Like, oh, this better. Wow.
Well, their medical marijuana card.
Okay.
If you smell it, if you pull somebody over and you smell it and say, I smell weed. Oh, yeah, I've got my medical marijuana card. Okay, do you have it? Oh yeah, let me give it to you.
Okay.
And so you just ask dispatch to run their name, and they'll come back and say, yeah, they've got a valid card.
And then they are free to go? Maybe.
Maybe
Depending if they're high.
if they're obviously not able to drive,
Yeah, that's like a weird one, like that one, because I get that the DUI, you blow into the inhaler, you're like, oh, obviously you're over the limit, but with something like that, it's almost hard to prove,
It's a little harder.
Yeah.
It's a little harder.
Okay.
You almost got to get them to admit it.
Yeah,
Probably the
basically.
easiest thing.
Or have enough evidence to show that they are just
Impaired.
They
Got
can't.
you.
If they're slurring and they're falling over, they can't be driving.
No.
And if you can show that and reasonably show that they were impaired, body cam is a good one now, saying he just couldn't drive.
Got you.
We had this lady at my dad's business that she went in the store, got some of his it's like strawberries and cream. He has like this little store where he sells like fruit cups and just kind of snacks. This lady, she was a regular customer apparently. She went in, got some stuff, came back in her car, and she seemed normal to my dad. And anyways, she got in her car, it was like an older Buick, and just dumped the gas pedal, hit his truck back there, put it in drive, and just mashed it forward and hit one of the columns. If the column wasn't there, she would have been inside the building. And anyways, while all this happening, he called me because his English is not the best. He's like, dude, I need you to be here because I need you to translate. I already called the cops. He's like, but when they get here, I need you to tell them exactly how it went because, yeah. So anyways, she had went out to the truck to kind of see what was going on. And I know she did that. My dad told me, like, yeah, she went out there at the truck, kind of looked at it. She went back in her car, but she's like, but then at that point when I got there, she really seemed like she was kind of impaired out of it. And the officers knew her by her name. Well, one of the guys, he's like, hey, what's her name? What's the issue? He's like, I just came and get some strawberries and cream and accidentally hit the gas pedal. And hit him and then hit it again apparently because she hit the pole. Full goal. Well, I think when he came out, her foot was on like a gas mash and the car was just burning out, and she was just like in shock. Like, anyways, and she's like, "Have you had a few to drink today, or like are you on anything?" Yeah, I was like, I just had surgery, so I'm on this medication. He's like, "But here's my prescription and stuff," and he's like, "But I don't." That was like, I don't know. I think on my last dose. Like, I don't have any more. Yeah, anyway, so when I went back to look at my dad's truck, I seen in the tailpipe there was a baggie of pills in there, and this lady had gone, like, she probably emptied out her bottle
Oh,
and threw the baggie of pills in there. I told the officer, "Hey, there's a bag of pills in his tailpipe." Like, like I think this kind of all goes together here. And we didn't have any camera footage, but yeah, that was a scenario where she was just not obviously hadn't been smoking weed or hadn't been drinking, but she was just on
Lortab or
yeah
Oxycontin.
something that was prescribed, but
Yeah.
obviously it's just completely out of it.
And,
There's a
and
reason. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can be charged with metabolite even though you're on prescription painkillers if you're not using them properly. You know,
Yeah.
you just have to show that they're impaired.
Wow.
You know, again, it's protect the public because
Yeah. That's number one.
Yeah, you're putting other people in danger.
yeah, you'd hate for it to be your wife, your girlfriend that they've either injured real bad or killed or
Yeah.
you know simply because they were stupid and thought they could drive.
Yeah. Got the munchies and went and got
Yeah.
some strawberries and cream. Just about went through the store. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
insane. But yeah, apparently they had known her by her name. It was kind of crazy. I was like, dang, this lady must be pretty popular. with
You
the
probably had
police.
those people too, right? Like the regulars, I guess you can say the regular bad people. Like, oh, here comes Trey again. Oh my god.
Yeah. What is it now?
I was on patrol and had a new officer that was riding with me.
Okay.
And I pulled out and I called this guy by his name and he says, "Do you know him?" I says, "I know him all too well." I says, I know this guy. I won't say his name, but I said, I know him all too well. And as soon as he looked at me and he says, "Hey, Donaldson." I says, "See, I told you we know each other.
Dang.
Acquainted.
We're acquainted." I was walking in Home Depot. It was years ago. And one of the things in the jail was when it was time to rack in, you say lock down.
Okay.
You know, it's time to rack in, lock down. I'm walking down the Home Depot, and from down at the end of one of the aisles that I'm walking down, I hear this screaming, "Lock down!" And I go, "Oh God, it's an inmate."
Oh
Shit.
Turned around and it was.
Yeah.
But I've always treated him all with respect, and he come up and shook my hand and said, "Hey, I'm really doing good. I'm clean now."
Oh, that's so
and,
cool.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as I heard that, I thought, "Oh my God, it's an inmate."
Coming to haunt me.
and he's screaming in the middle of Home Depot, and I go, "Oh, it's an inmate. Don't turn around. Don't look."
Have there's ever been a time, not like kind of, you talk about being out in public, where obviously when you were on duty that you felt like you needed to step in, like you were off duty, right? Just a civilian, just maybe just at a restaurant or in a Home Depot and something was trying to get a little conflict. Did you ever feel, or has there been situations? I guess if there was a situation, is that something you would step in? And
It would depend.
yeah,
If it was at Walmart and they were shoplifting, I wouldn't try and stop them. You know, I've had definitely where I've seen them and I've told the clerk, "Hey, you want to keep an eye on this guy.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, he's stuffing stuff down his shirt, his pants, whatever," and they'd get their store security. But I would never step in. Now, if they had a gun, different. Yeah. It'd be different. It's all a different situation.
and it's kind of by your choice too.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Like
my choice.
yeah, if
Yeah.
you really want to get involved. Huh.
Yeah.
Because I've seen like sometimes on flights, like there's just be a random. I mean, I know they have what are the ones on
Air
flights?
marshals?
There's air marshals, of course, but then there's those officers that are just off duty that were on there, and sometimes they've stopped things or they've seen things and been able to step in. But I've always just been curious if that's more common, like just out in the public. But not so
That's
much.
really your own discretion. Yeah. and it depends.
Sometimes you just got to mind your own business too.
Yeah, sometimes you just
Yeah.
turn around and say,
Yeah.
it's shoplifting.
Oh my
You got
God.
bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
I'm on my days off.
Yeah. I only get a couple working 2 jobs. Yeah, I get you.
And going for me, when I'd be with my wife and I'd be off duty and she'd be off work,
Uh-huh.
and we'd been in line, and you've all seen the hellion kids running around screaming and grabbing stuff off the shelves, and the parents just don't care, and they're all tatted up, and she recognizes them from the jail because they've been in so often, and we were in line behind them, and my wife is not quiet. She goes, inmate wants to be an inmate.
Oh shit. You're just like,
And the guy turns around and she says, yes, you, inmate. I
wow.
go, Julie, please.
We're at Walmart.
We're at Walmart. We're not going to start a fight here.
Yeah. That's funny. Well, that's good. She doesn't stay quiet, Sometimes it's good to.
No, she'd tell how it was.
Yeah. Wow.
She is a character.
Yeah. We'll have to potentially talk about having her on, and
You'll have to meet her, and
yeah. And I think I met her once,
Oh, yeah.
just when you guys were dropping a car off. But
Yeah.
I think I bet she has a lot of crazy stories, and she's probably seen some things too.
She has too.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. What else we got? You got anything?
It's a really crazy profession.
What would you say to someone that maybe is interested in, pursuing, career in police force?
Law enforcement.
Yeah, law enforcement.
I'd tell them, find somebody you can ride with.
Okay, that's
Do
the
a
number
ride
one.
along.
Okay.
Do a ride along. Not one, because that one may be the night that nothing's going on. But do a couple. Do several ride-alongs so you can see what it's really like. And then, if you can, do a walkthrough, contact the jail and do a walkthrough of the jail. Because that's when you'll really see the bad people. Some people just can't handle it.
Yeah.
We've had deputies who's gone through the 2 months academy. They've been top of their class, come out, they get put into the jail for a little while, and 2 days later, they've got all their uniform, everything on the sergeant's desk and saying, no, I quit.
Wow.
I can't do this.
That's actually crazy.
Because they're not they get called every name in the book, and they're, and if you can't handle that, you're not going to handle the road.
Yeah, that's true. You got to have some tough skin.
You got to,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I bet a lot of that goes back home with you. And, it probably affects at home too, wife, kids, and
a lot of marriages do suffer. I was lucky because Julie did work in the jail with me, and she worked in law enforcement, so she would see the arrest coming in. She would see what you deal with every day. So she kind of had that understanding of what happened. So if I came home in a really quiet, shitty mood, she
understood, yeah.
Okay, something happened. And the only time when I was working up here is if she heard my siren plus a lot of other sirens. All she would do is send, and it would be immediate, are you okay? And then that would be it. And when I got a chance, I'd just say yes. And that'd be it. And she wouldn't hound. She wouldn't ask more. And,
how's that? How long have you guys been married?
We've been married 20 years. We've been together 35 years.
Wow, congrats.
That's awesome.
She's moved all over the country with me.
That's cool.
Yeah, you stole her from California, huh?
Stole her from California.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you guys still go over there
She
quite
does.
often? Well, she's over there right now, right?
Yeah, I don't.
You don't.
I stay here.
I stay here.
Yeah.
Remember, I was in law enforcement. I don't like a whole lot of people.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's probably got to change your way of viewing things once you're in law enforcement, and you're just
like my mom said, I've become cynical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes sense. Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good. It's every day is different.
Okay. So yeah, that's a good point. So if you don't want to have the exact same job or the same thing every day, police, law enforcement is probably maybe for you. Try it out.
Yeah, try it.
It seems like there's always positions too where like if you don't like a certain state, you could always move to a different state and you can kind of get just transferred. I had a friend that was he was is it a sheriff? Not a sheriff.
The highway patrol.
No, it was for Davis County. But it's kind of like how Weber County. Yeah, I guess it's a Weber Davis sheriff.
Sheriffs? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then he just transitioned to California. I don't know what he is out there, but he seemed like the transition was kind of somewhat easy. It's just like, I want to go back to my family. I just came here because I got a scholarship and to Weber State, so I played football here and then kind of just made a career with this. But I want to go back home, and it seemed like it was just kind of just job transferring, like super easy. And it seems like once you're in the field, you can kind of just get around along this.
It's basically people are still people everywhere. It's just the policies within the departments are different. And you have to learn the policies of each department. But still, if people are an asshole here, they're going to be an asshole in California.
Yeah, just human nature, huh?
Just human nature. You got them everywhere.
That is true.
This is true. That's facts.
Doesn't matter what state you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you got anything for us? Any
No,
questions?
this has been fun.
Yeah. That's awesome.
yeah.
I take it this is your first podcast.
This is the first one.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
I'm a virgin on it.
We just took that from you. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you've enjoyed it. Yeah. I mean, we just try to,
No, I've enjoyed it. This has been
good.
fun.
Yeah. I've always been so interested in like law enforcement. To me, I mean, as a kid, I just always thought they were so cool and they'd come around. I always felt safer in our neighborhood too because we didn't have the safest neighborhood.
Yeah.
I mean, 27th and Madison, we'd seen it all. Just drug dealers, people stealing crap. Just they would go missing all the time. And every time we see a cop, we lived next to an LDS church, and there was always a cop just, either whether he was working or just hanging out, and there was always someone there. So I always felt safe with him there. And I've always had interest, and I always be watching, like I said, the YouTube body cams, and I'm like, damn, these guys are really putting their life on the line for us. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always have a lot of interest in you guys' profession, and yeah, it's kind of cool to have you in here.
Well, thank you for having me. I hope I didn't bore you with my stories.
Oh,
Come
heck
on,
no.
Lance.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We want you to come back. Come on now.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to have me back, I'll come back and we'll
Awesome.
All right.
share some more stories.
All righty. No, well, I appreciate you, Lance. Again, yeah, we're here. This has
Thanks
been
again.
episode 161.
161.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
look for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll drop it on Monday.
Yeah.
So yeah, you probably don't want anyone to contact you or follow you, I'm assuming. So
My what?
like usually we'll have maybe like a business owner or something like that on there. They sometimes sell like, I don't know. For example, we had a guy that sells supplements.
Oh, okay.
So he shouted out his page and stuff. But I'm assuming you're probably like, I'm retired. Don't even hit me up. So
I'm
there you go.
retired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So don't bother him.
I'm a hermit. If I know you, you know where I live.
Yeah.
All right.
Right on. Well, cool. That's it for me.
Cool. All righty, guys. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate you, Lance.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Okay, peace.
Peace out.